Hi, I'm Sue Resig, and today we're making buffalo style cauliflower. I wanted to call it chicken wing, but that sounds funny, chicken wing cauliflower. Buffalo style cauliflower, and it's done in the style of a hot chicken wing, which of course we don't eat. And this is my adaptation of a recipe. I've tried several online where they use chickpea flour or rice flour or whatever, and I really didn't care for them. They weren't tasty to me, and I didn't like the texture. So I've come up with my own recipe and my own solution for something that I think is rather tasty. You will never mistake it for a chicken wing, I'll tell you that right now. But it does give me something fun to eat, and I can dip it in a little dressing, and I can snack on it in pieces, and I like making it a little bit spicy because I liked my chicken wings hot back a few years ago when I ate chicken wings. Actually, I probably haven't had a chicken wing since I was in college, so that was a few years ago. And but back then I liked them hot, so I do like to make this hot. To get us started on how to do this, I already washed and partially trimmed the cauliflower. And I want you to know, sometimes cauliflower will have a little bit of like some little dark spots on it. That's not horrible. It's not a horrible thing if they're on there. You just take a little paring knife and you just trim off those little dark spots, and the rest of the cauliflower is fine. If you get down inside and cutting up and you're finding out that one of those dark spots went down inside, then you would want to cut that whole little area out, okay? You don't want that, any of the gray in there. This might be down underneath, but still, it does not mean the whole head is spoiled just because there's a few spots on there. They're just, you know, little, I don't know if they're moldy spots or whatever, but it doesn't hurt the rest of the cauliflower. So I already went through and trimmed off some of those areas on my cauliflower. Sometimes it's just because, you know, they didn't just pick it out of the field, but even so, it can happen in the field too. It's just the nature of the beast. And what I like to do when I'm preparing this recipe is I like to cut through it kind of like your slices of bread, because I like to have the flat sides to my cauliflower, so when it lays in my pan, it has that flat edge against the pan to help get a little bit of a golden brown crispness where it touches the pan. You know how when you make oven baked fries, where it touches the pan, it gets a little crispier. I like to try for that too. So there we go. So I've got some nice pieces there, and I wanted to weigh the cauliflower when I got done. Yeah. Well, you know, that worked out fine to put it on my scale because I wanted to be able to mix up the sauce that I'm putting inside anyway. So what we're using today is a pumpkin sauce, and I've got it all ready to go. It's a great little recipe. You're gonna love it. So I'm starting with a 1/4 cup of pumpkin, and I like to use the organic pumpkin. And if you want to, you know, if you have access to your own pumpkin, that's fine. Sometimes it's hard to get different times of the year. And you know what? If worst comes to worst, you could use squash. In fact, you could use Awesomesauce. My recipe, I have a video called Awesomesauce, and it's a half squash, half tomato recipe. And instead of, I'm going to be using a 1/4 cup of pumpkin and a 1/4 cup of water. Instead of doing that, you could just use a 1/2 cup of Awesomesauce because it's thinner, and that would work just fine. So we've got, where'd my water go? I forgot my water. Hang on. I thought I was all ready. I try to be all ready. All right. There's my 1/4 cup of water. There we go. That's good. It washed my cup out too while I was at it. Okay. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon each of cumin seed. I like cumin seed. If you don't have cumin seed, you can use regular ground cumin. Smoked paprika. Oops, it's a little full. It's okay. I want flavor anyway. Okay, there's a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Oops. You know you're in my kitchen, don't you? I'm putting in a teaspoon of vinegar, And that's the apple cider vinegar. And then this is the part that really gives it a nice flavor. Whoa, whoa, what's going on here? The mustard's coming right out of the bottle. Yikes. It must be because it came out of the refrigerator, you know, and it's expanding. It was cold. Okay, what a mess. 1 tablespoon of mustard. I still laugh because someone said to me once, because of, you know, I let you see mistakes. You know, there's other people who do videos and lots of times they don't want you to see their mistakes. I don't care if you see my mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And because nobody's perfect, that means you can do this too. So, you know what? Julia Childs wasn't perfect either. She made lots of mistakes and they just hid them. I'm gonna have to clean that cap off. Okay, there's my 2 tablespoons of mustard. And you know what? I know I'm being picky about getting it off of there. I could just go fast and throw it in for the sake of the video, but I'm eating this and I want to enjoy it, so I want every last scrap of mustard. All right, I'm just going to mix that up. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't make a whole lot. In fact, I'm not even sure if I can coat all my cauliflower in that or not. But at least, you know, this is a good way for us to find out, because if I find out this coats it just right, and I don't want a heavy coating, I actually want a light coating. I did it once and did a heavy coating, and then when I baked it, it just got soggy. It really needed just a little bit on there for flavor. So now we know about 1 pound of cauliflower, trimmed cauliflower, to the recipe I just gave you. And we'll see how that coats it. So it just takes a lot of stirring. Oh, now the option, you could put in a little hot sauce if you wanted. You could put in turmeric if you wanted a little more of a turmeric and ginger. That would be really good if you wanted to make it more Indian style. Let's see, what else could you put in there? You could put in a little maple syrup and ketchup and make it more barbecue-y. You could put in chili spices and give it a nice flavor that way. Boy, you know what? This is covering it just fine. I was afraid I wouldn't have enough. I hope it's not too much. I think it's going to be okay. But it really coated it just fine. And that was, I would call, a medium head of cauliflower if you don't have the scale. You know, I want to taste it because I want to know. I might put a little sprinkle of hot sauce in there. Hang on. Oh, that tastes good. It does. You know, the mustard makes a difference. I'm gonna put a little in. There we go. If my eyes light up later, that's okay. You'll know why. Good. And I just spread it out. Want to give it a chance to not be crowded so that each piece can bake. There you go. Yeah, that looks good. And it won't take long. I've baked it at 350 and I've baked it at 400, and I like it better at 400. It gets the outside a little drier and the inside still has some texture. I don't want to bake it till it's soggy. I don't like it soggy. So I'm guessing it's going to be about 15 minutes, but I'll let you know when I come back, okay? All right, we'll see you. Guess what? It's been 15 minutes and they turned out great. They really, I'm very pleased, very pleased. This is, you know what, true confessions, this is my 3rd time filming this. I've been trying to get this ready for you for the last week. And all the other times, I didn't like the way it turned out. I love the way it turned out this time. It was perfect. Oh, and look at that. See, it's got a little golden crispiness on the bottom. See that? And it's nice. It dried out. It didn't get soggy. 15 minutes at 400. It's perfect. It's cooked, but it's still got a little firmness to it. And I don't know how to hold this and give it a bite. I'm going to have to try a bite, right? You always want to know how it tastes. I like that. That's very good. And it didn't turn out too hot either. Or maybe I got a bite without the hot sauce on it. I'm curious. I'm going to try another little bite just to see if I can get some hot sauce. Now that bite had a little cumin seed on it. So it had a little cumin flavor. It's fun. The bites are a little bit different depending on the spices that get on there. But that's very tasty. And I'm probably going to eat it just like is because I didn't make a sauce. And I'm too hungry to make a sauce right now. But there are some, I've made a sauce. I use the pumpkin. And then I just give it I don't know, maybe a half a cup of pumpkin. I give it a good squirt of ketchup, a good squirt of mustard. I don't know, maybe a little maple syrup in there, whatever. And then that's the same kind of sauce. Sometimes we'll even put pickle relish in it. And that's, we'll use that to dip our sweet potato fries in. But it also is good for this. And I'll use this to, I'll do that for my cauliflower. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to eat it the way it is because it's good. So that's it. Now you know it was 15 minutes at 400. And I'm just going to, let me tell you the recipe again real quick. 1/4 cup water, 1/4 cup pumpkin, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seed, onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and a teaspoon of vinegar. 2 tablespoons of mustard. And then if you want hot sauce or other spices in there, you can put them in. Okay, that's it. All right, enjoy your cauliflower chicken. No, I can't remember my name. Buffalo style cauliflower. All right, let me know if you try it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.